Oh, 'cause I was Mr. Kintz before. I'd never heard Miss Kintz called to me before. So I had a whole new bunch of things to get used to. So within a couple of months, I was dressing very androgynous because I was really afraid to dress in any kind of feminine attire as best I could. You know, it was a transition of clothes as well because I didn't really have a good sense of what to wear to school. I now wear, basically, this is the kind of outfit I'll wear to school. I'm very professional. I try to get fancy, and it really seems to come across well with my kids. But so since then, it has just been a beautiful, wonderful experience for me to be able to still do what I do, teach the way I do. I have a website. You can go see the website that I have at school. And it's got a ton of stuff on it that would explain a lot more about me, just if you went to it, because it's more about love and happiness and being who you are. So I do a very subtle way of talking about those things because as I move into my future and I deal with, I basically use this platform that I have been kind of pushed upon as a way of watching a society and watching them in their evolution. As we're all evolving, we're all moving somewhere or staying in a spot. And I look at the people, and I got to tell you, all the young people in this world are teaching the old people. The younger people, the younger generation of beautiful, beautiful souls coming into the planet now are raising the consciousness of the planet to the adults going, Mom, Dad, what's the big deal? They're just people. They are good people. They're fun people. I like them. And they're starting to get them to change their minds about their closed-minded, black and white, rigid world that they grew up in. And they did. And that's why my dad, he'd have been committing suicide if he'd have told anybody about himself when he was going through what I was going through in his life. So, let me see. I've kind of covered most of it. And I guess I want to have time for questions. So, Kendra has graciously said that she would be willing to answer questions as well. But just a few things before she does. All through my life, I had high blood pressure. When I was 15 years old, athlete, every year you get a physical so you can play. I'm sitting on the gurney where they take the blood pressure, and my blood pressure is 150 over 100. And the nurse goes, that's a little bit high for you. We need to lay it down so we can get a different reading just so we can okay you here. I'm thinking, holy crap. My first year teaching, blood pressure again. Now I'm starting to get a phobia about it. Same exact reading, 150 over 100. I thought, wow, I feel pretty low, but that's freaking high. Well, as I'm going through my life, 140 over 90, 150 over 100, every single time I get it checked. So I'm starting to think I've got this phobia about it. Maybe that's it. I've got this, they call it the white coat deal. That every time I think I'm going to get a blood pressure check, I'm spiking it. After I transitioned, my blood pressure went down to 120, 117 over 65. Without any change. The medication, I was on blood pressure medication, even having those high readings. Went off of that, no high blood pressure anymore. It's like, psh, normal. Weird, weird stuff. But I can tell you, that's what it does to your psyche. You're constantly living a lie. You're constantly living in a stressful situation. You're like angry all the time. And you don't know why. I'm not like that anymore. Am I? She knows. She knows. It's just so much better to be authentic with people. And what I've learned is that most people live their entire life by what other people think. They do not have the courage to be who they need to be or want to be because of the person next door that's saying, you can't do that. You can't do that. Okay, I won't do that then. And I learned that you don't have to do it that way. You can do it what you want to do. And so, of course, how could I have transitioned if I'd have thought that way? No way. I said, I'm going to do it. I don't give a crap what you think. I'm doing it. I did it. I don't have those people in my life anymore. They were maybe a little bit toxic to me. I look at them now and they're unhappy people. It's really funny because Kendra's parents, Kim and I, were genuinely wonderful, wonderful parents. I will pat myself on the back for that. But it's because we loved each other and we never fought, did we? Did you ever see us fight? Mm-hmm. We didn't fight. And yet, all of our friends that we had fought. Not only that, but they were supposedly our close friends. They were saying, fuck you to each other. While we were sitting there watching and playing and having a glass of wine with them. And they're still together. And we're not. Go figure. I don't understand it. I guess abuse likes abuse. The other friends were the same way. I don't know how we got hooked up with them. But they're no longer in my life. I think they're still in her life, but they're not in my life. And it's just weird because they were the ones that said, it won't matter to us. You'll always be welcome in our home. Really? Happy birthday. Knock, knock, knock. Happy birthday. Anybody home? No response. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It mattered. So anyway, I think I can turn it over to questions. If you have any. Yeah.
I graduated from Westland High School in 2007.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering when you came back as a
It was.
So I don't remember that happening.
Yeah, it happened, well, this is 2012. So, fall of 2009. Yeah, fall of 2009. I was wondering if there'd be any Westland kids in here. I had a thought, I had a feeling there might be. But I never did teach you.
No.
No, but I do recognize you.
Yeah.
I saw you around.
How did your other employer take it? Like the siblings? The two brothers?
Okay, good. I'm glad that you brought that up because I forgot about that. Currently, this is what's happened. As soon as I started at Westland as Nicole, Kim couldn't take it anymore. She totally cut off ties with me for 2 years. I didn't talk to her. I didn't get an email from her. We didn't talk on the phone for 2 years. The most important person in my life cut me out of her life. Thus, I knew the tears would come with that one. I am telling you, there is no bigger pain than that. The person that you love the most does not want to have contact with you. For her own reasons. I'm okay with that. I understand it. I'm telling you, those were the worst 2 years of my life. In my social part.